This new style of Queen Charge Lalo is insane. Look at this guy's army comp. He still has his entire Lalo left and 9 swag spells. This has to be some kind of record, right? In today's video, you're going to see a style of Queen Charge Lalo that I thought died at Town Hall 14, but it's back and it's stronger than ever. This is Queen Charge Lalo with the Ground Warden and the Log Launcher. It's something that is a bit more noob friendly, honestly. Not to take anything away from Teemper today, what he does is exceptional. But for those of you new with Queen Charge Lalo and maybe you're struggling to triple as is, this army, this way of doing Queen Charge Lalo is perhaps the way for you. So we see the Queen Charge starting out here. We get the poison down. There is a headhunter, 2 headhunters at the end here. So Teemper actually comes in with the freeze. Fair enough. King on the top side. All he has to do, deal with the RC and take away a bit of the flanking damage. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Hook, this is looking like just a normal Queen Charge Lalo. But he has not put down the Warden, so he's going to put down the Warden with the Queen Charge here. But he hasn't put down the Warden yet, because with that multi-inferno there, obviously it would be able to target our Queen and the Warden. And that means the Warden's taking damage, and if the healers get pushed back from the sweeper, they will retarget onto the Warden because he's just closer to them. So be careful if you're going to do a Queen Charge with the Warden near a multi-inferno. Doesn't matter anyway, because obviously the Warden's a bit of a clown, and he's going to go follow our RC instead. But this ends up working okay. We have to freeze the single there because it is on our it's on our Queen, sorry. But look at this, we just use the Warden ability to deal with this defensive Queen. It's absolutely lovely. The Log Launcher with the last log opens the wall, activates the Invis Tower as well, and now because the Yetis are in the core, the Warden will switch back to the core. He's all over the place at the moment, but the RC's cleared out the entire flank without even using her ability. It's absolutely bonkers. Invis comes on the Queen. RC is about to pop her ability any second, but that's okay. She gets some good value with that. Queen's on the Town Hall. There's no Invis Tower, and suddenly if we zoom out and look at the base, there's nothing left. We use the Hound to tank a few flanking balloons, and this base is toast. Our Queen will go down to the defensive King, but that doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter at all. If we have a look at the bottom right of the screen here, you're about to see a good old-fashioned Loon parade. There it comes in. What was it? 8 or 9 balloons. Few headhunters, because we didn't really need them this attack. And obviously the 2 swag spells. So, as you can tell, this approach is quite risky. Yeah, there is a high chance if you don't execute it well that you will 1-star. But there's a pretty good chance you'll come away with 3 stars as well. As you can tell in this replay, his Queen is not going to be going through the center. In fact, this replay, you'll see the style of this Queen Charge Lalo with the Ground Warden and the Log Launcher. That was a bit more popular at Town Hall 14. And that's where you Queen walk around the edge, and then you do a hero kill squad to gut out the back end and the core of the base. Notice he hasn't put his healers down yet because he doesn't want them to switch. Now that the Queen's taking damage, he starts the healers. He pops the King ability, waits for the barbs to generate, and then hits the Warden ability. It's perfect timing, and look at it. Those rage barbs put in work. Meanwhile, his Queen, he's just put down a rage for her. This requires a lot of multitasking. I can't even commentate quick enough to keep up with what's happening, but I can tell you this Teemper's doing a fantastic job. Phoenix helps out in this attack quite a lot, by the way, on the King. I couldn't recommend the Phoenix enough. Just gives us a little extra tanking. The Yetis come out. They're tanking the Monolith for us. The Rage spell obviously helps as well. And then as soon as the Monolith's about to target our RC, we invis. It's a perfect invis. Look at this. The Frost Mites are helping so much to slow down the Monolith. And the RC and the Warden just get that down, and that is huge. That is huge for the rest of our attack, so really well done. I also want to point out, A, he's wall broke for his Queen, but B, look at these minions that he's putting on the outside of the base. He's just making sure there's no chance that the Queen goes around the edge of the base. You need to be keeping an eye on her because she loves to go on the outside of the base here. Look at this. The minions take down the gold mine just in time. She would have gone for the Warden next anyway, but then there's a chance she goes outside the base, but we don't allow that here. We get her to go into the Town Hall, so you need to make sure you're constantly funneling the Queen because she's going around the entire outside of the base. Anyways, look at this, by the way. He freezes and just puts a couple of balloons up the top because that's the last place his Queen's going to get to on the base, right? So he needs to take that down ASAP. So he makes sure he does that, and he's starting clean up on the top because really time's the only enemy here. We pop the Queen ability because we wanted her to target the defensive king, but she actually targets skeletons, and that is huge because that does make this attack get a little dicey here. We freeze the cannon, the ground bow, and the queen, essentially the only things that can shoot down our headhunter. But unfortunately, because that defensive king is up and our headhunter's on the queen, our own queen goes down here. So this ends up looking a little closer than it really was, but honestly, this looks pretty comfortable to me. A little unfortunate with the headhunter and the defense and our offensive queen ability, but that doesn't matter. What a really nice attack here, seeing the two different approaches. You can put your king and RC on the outside with the queen in the middle, or put the queen on the outside and a ground hero kill squad push straight up the core. This attack you're about to see here might be one of the most insane attacks I have ever watched. He's doing Queen Charge Lalo, and his first troop he put down was the king and the warden. Excuse me? And they're just chilling down the bottom. By the way, this is quite a common base. You will run into this base in High Legends. I hit it once today. Tripled it, by the way. But let's see how he takes this down. So we got a Queen Charge on the left-hand side. It's kind of like that last attack we did on the box base. Queen Charge around the edge. Then we're going to log launcher straight up the gut. I mean, look at the value this log launcher is getting. Damaging that monolith, which is obviously a big pain for our troops. It's targeting our king. We pop the warden ability perfectly. We get all the barbs in it. We stop our king from dying, and then look at this, it's even better. Because we got a headhunter in the warden, the headhunter gets rid of the queen, gonna go after the RC, but our log launcher is just chilling in the middle. The queen's on one side, perfect wall break for her, and our hero kill squad's on the other. And that means we're engaging the entire base at the same time. So, the base really can't do a lot to shoot back, and the real problem with this attack here is this core multi-inferno, but we've got two Yetis in the core of the base. They're going to take it down, and look at this. The three multi-infernos are going to go down simultaneously here. Actually, no. The RC on the top side's dead. But that multi-inferno is still going down, because look at this. The Yetis go and target it. They're not actually shooting it, but they are targeting it, technically, as they break down the wall. And look at the base. Where'd it go? Where did the base go? I don't understand. He's taken out the entire base. Queen Charge coming up for the Town Hall quite nicely. A perfect junction wall break. That was an insane. I wish I could have pointed that out. But go back and watch it. He deployed it from an angle, and it was perfectly done. Yet again, he's always putting minions on the outside of the base to funnel his queen into the Town Hall. Queen's on the Town Hall, and you're probably like, why isn't he raging his queen? I mean, it's so easy, dude. You just rage her, and she doesn't go to ability. I think the reason is he's trying to swag 9 spells. Look at that spell bar. Excuse me? Not only that, he's swagging most of his Lalo as well. Look at this. These are all the loons he needs right here. This is the most insane swag I have ever seen with Queen Charge Lalo by a mile. A kilometer if you're from an actual proper country. But yeah, this is actually insane. 9 spells, a hound, and 10 balloons are swagged. 9 spells! Nah, fam. We might never see this again. He used only 2 rages and a poison this entire attack. Bruh. We're about to go from one insane attack to another. This is, without a doubt, one of the best recoveries I have ever seen. So we start our queen. We can't put our healers down yet because of the air defense there, but we are just being patient. Also, before the replay started, he put down a wall breaker that died right there. Perfectly done. And then in this one, because as you can tell, he's charging the Town Hall, we're going to use the Flame Flinger. No point using the log launcher when you charge the Town Hall. But yeah, just coming in with a normal Queen Charge. And that's what I like about this army, by the way, that I should say, right? It's Queen Charge Lalo still at its core. So you can still do normal attacks with this. You don't always have to do the Log Launcher and Ground Warden. You can do a Flinger and an Air Warden for all I care. It's just, it's up to you. It depends how you feel on each style of base. Now, unfortunately, we get a horrible CC timing here. Horrible CC timing. The Queen, oh. It's painful to watch. It's painful to watch. There's absolutely no way you could triple this, right? Right. So we have to use the invis there. And we rage again. But look at this. We've used so many of our spells. So we're going to come in with the Ground Warden. Why not? Why not? As soon as the Queen steps on the poison and the Monolith is wrecking us, look at that. Beautiful. It not only protects our Queen, but it protects our healers as well. And look, our Queen takes so long to kill the Monolith when she's stuck in that poison effect, but she takes it down. Nicely done. The King's on the top side. His job's just to deal with the enemy Queen here. Obviously, he will die pretty quickly, but we have that Phoenix, and we also have the RC backing up for help. So we've used all our heroes and our siege machine, kind of like the normal style of doing this hit, but we've taken out the other side of the base. Rather than the back end, we've taken down the town hall. But the real part of this plan that's OP, look at this double wall breaker. I'm aware he's Laloing up the top, but I want you to watch this double wall breaker. It's so good. He wall breaks just before the CC goes down, but then sends a second one, and he's opened up the entire base. That mini Lalo at the top doesn't actually do much, but it does funnel our RC in to take down that multi, and our Queen with our last rage spell is somehow still alive. And she's going to beat through the perfect wall. Nicely done, Queen. We haste with a few balloons and a couple of headhunters up the top, and their job isn't really to take out the rest of the base, it's just to get rid of that damage on the top side, because we know our Queen and Warden can take down the rest. What was this attack? How has he recovered this? I'm sorry, I'm screaming into the mic. I should speak a bit more calm, but like, this might be one of the best recoveries I've ever seen with Queen Charge Lalo. You just don't see this often work. We've still got our Yetis alive from the Flame Flinger. Absolutely bonkers here from Teemper. I really like this attack, and yet again, showing the power of the Ground Warden with Queen Charge Lalo. I had to finish it off with this attack here, so Queen's dropped here on this box base. This is one of those box bases where the Town Hall's a bit deeper in. It's to stop like these Zap Titans hit, which is annoying because I'm using Zap Titans. Rip me. But anyway, it's a really awkward style of base, but it's actually really good for Queen Charging because it makes it easier to Queen Charge from the back end and get the Town Hall. Because if you get the Town Hall with the Queen Charge from the back end, you've probably taken out most of the base, and the triple from there is pretty easy. But the way Teemper's going to go about this is quite unusual. Look at the clock, by the way. 1 minute 49 left, he deploys his Warden. He's going to deploy his Warden at 1 minute 49. Watch when he uses the Warden ability. This might be the longest time between Warden deployed and Warden ability ever. Now, unfortunately here, because there's a Queen on our Queen, we have to use the invis, but it means our poor log launcher does take... our poor King takes a bit of a beating from that defensive Monolith. So that is not ideal, but the log launcher is putting in absolute work for us. And look at this, there's just not much damage on our Queen here, so kind of chilling. Log Launcher's opened up everything. The King goes into the distance and actually leaves the Warden behind. Normally the Warden would follow the King because of all the Barbarians, but it looks like he got out of range. But that's okay. We've seen the Warden and the RC be in a good combination together. Yetis are doing some good tanking. Unfortunately, they steal the healers though, so we're going to have to pop our Queen ability here because we have already used our Invis spell, but that's okay. Warden's on the top side. King's just gone to the Phoenix. RC is still chilling. We put down a perfect rage. The Sweeper's finally down, which is really nice for our healers. Look at this. We're still not... I thought he might use the Warden ability now. Nope. He's waiting to the absolute last second to use this Warden ability. It's true dedication here. I respect it. And look at it. We finally use our Warden ability. Like a minute 24, was it? After we deployed him. Absolutely ridiculous. And that's because he knows if he keeps his Queen up through this defensive King here, this base is absolutely wrecked. The Lalo will die because a multi is rough. But look at this. The Warden's actually switched to the Lalo. So the Warden in this attack started on the King, went to the RC, went to the Queen, went to the Lalo. That's the absolute best way to maximize your Warden, and I think that was the perfect attack to end on for this video. Let me know down in the comments below, did you enjoy watching Ground Hero Kill Squad Queen Charge Lalo? Now, if you want to see more Queen Charge Lalo action, I'll link it on the left here. It's my live attacks with Queen Charge Lalo, but I do it differently as well. I use the battle drill and a ground kill squad as well, and trust me, it's pretty OP. Queen Charge Lalo, always OP.